Palace authorized. Princess Leonor and Prince Christian's wedding will shake the monarchy. William and Catherine react. Spain was prepared for tradition. Denmark expected quiet elegance. But the palace just authorized something no one thought possible. A wedding, not just of love, but of power, of thrones. And William and Catherine, their reaction changed everything. Because this is not a simple royal wedding. This is the one that will shake the monarchy forever. 1. The announcement. The world woke up to a headline that seemed almost too extraordinary to believe. Palace authorized. Princess Leonor of Spain and Prince Christian of Denmark to marry. Authorized. That single word carried centuries of weight. This wasn't just a private romance whispered in royal corridors. This was an approval, a seal of destiny, a merging of two dynasties that history books would remember. The Spanish royal family, proud and cautious, had held back for months. The Danish royal household, discreet and measured, spoke in carefully chosen words. But now it was official, and Europe was trembling. Later in this story, you'll hear the one moment when King Philippe's voice broke during his statement. And why Queen Letizia fought back tears as she stood by her daughter. But first, why did this decision send shockwaves beyond Spain and Denmark? 2. The love that defied borders. Leonor de Bourbon, Spain's future queen, born under the weight of a crown she never asked for, but one she has carried with grace. Christian of Denmark, second in line, a prince raised in the shadow of a throne, but with the heart of someone who longed for freedom. 2 lives, 2 nations, 2 futures, colliding at just the right moment. Royal watchers had whispered about them for years. Was it simply friendship, a connection born of shared duty? Or was it something far deeper? It was love, not staged, not arranged, not carefully crafted for the cameras. Real, unstoppable, and now undeniable. But what happens when love collides with tradition? 3. Palace approval and the weight of history. Palace approval doesn't come lightly. Behind closed doors, advisors debated. Councils of tradition argued. Centuries of precedents were brought forward like weapons. Spain had not seen a union like this in generations. Denmark had never faced the prospect of sharing such royal bloodlines with another reigning crown. Would Spain's monarchy grow stronger, or risk division? Would Denmark's monarchy be overshadowed, or elevated into new power? William and Catherine, the Prince and Princess of Wales, understood this better than anyone. They had lived through the balancing act themselves. A monarchy must evolve, but never too quickly. A marriage can bring joy, but also danger. So when word reached Kensington Palace, their reaction was measured, but powerful. Later in this video, you'll hear what Catherine whispered privately to a close friend about Leonor, words that reveal just how much she sees of herself in the Spanish princess. 4. The human story. Strip away the titles, the crowns, the formality. What remains as a young woman, 19 years old, falling in love? Leonor, once shielded by palace walls, found herself crossing borders for the one person who saw her not as Her Royal Highness, but as simply Leonor. Imagine the courage it takes to love when millions are watching. To smile when whispers turn into front-page headlines. To hold hands in secret, knowing cameras might capture it at any moment. And imagine Christian, knowing that by loving her, he wasn't just choosing a partner, he was choosing a crown. Their romance was not without struggle. Distance tested them, duty strained them, critics doubted them, but like steel forged in fire, their bond only grew stronger. And now the palace itself had said yes. 5. William and Catherine react. When William and Catherine first heard the news, there was silence. They knew what it meant. They knew how it felt. Because they, too, had been young royals in love. Insiders say William spoke first. This will change everything. Catherine reportedly placed her hand on his arm and said, "It already has." They weren't warning of doom. They were recognizing history. Catherine, who once stood in Leonor's shoes as a young woman scrutinized by the press, expressed a kind of quiet admiration. "She is strong," she told a confidant. "Stronger than she even knows." And William, he was reminded of his mother. Princess Diana had long believed that love, not politics, should guide royal marriages. Now, seeing Leonor and Christian, William felt his mother's vision becoming real. 6. The ceremony that will shake the monarchy. The wedding itself. It won't be ordinary. It can't be. Spain and Denmark are preparing for a union that will be broadcast across the world. Cathedrals considered. Guest lists debated. Security at levels never before imagined. Leaders from across Europe will attend. Kings, queens, presidents, prime ministers. But beyond the politics lies something far more moving. A young bride stepping forward to claim not only her love, but her destiny. When Leonor walks down the aisle, the entire world will hold its breath. Later in this story, you'll hear why some insiders call it the wedding that could unite Europe. 7. The future of two crowns. What comes next? If Leonor becomes Queen of Spain, and Christian one day takes Denmark's throne, their marriage will not just be personal, it will be continental. Two monarchies, two crowns, one love story binding them together. Will this strengthen Europe's monarchies, or destabilize them? That question has no easy answer. But one thing is certain, this wedding will mark a turning point. 8. At its heart, this isn't just about palaces, crowns, or history books. It's about two young people who chose each other in a world that told them not to. It's about William and Catherine watching from across the sea, remembering their own battles, and silently cheering them on. And it's about us, the world, bearing witness to a story we may never see again. Love powerful enough to shake thrones. A wedding grand enough to unite nations. And a future queen brave enough to say yes. Princess Leonor and Prince Christian. Authorized, approved, and unstoppable. Because this isn't just a wedding. It's history. And it's happening now.